Yo, what's up guys, my name is Severman, you're watching Ofive, and in today's video I will show you how to make an emotional chord progression, and this is basically what I will be creating in this video. Let's go. So first of all, let me open up the FL keys because that's what all of us FL Studio users have. And personally, I always like to start working with the piano because, yeah, they have a really nice sound in my opinion. So yeah, let me open up the FL keys and let me also open up the piano roll. So let's start with the bass notes first. And what you can say is that in 99% of the music, like doesn't matter if it's electronic music, EDM, it's pop, it also counts for rock or whatever. You can say a handful of progressions, chord or bassline progressions that are used in 99% of all songs out there. So especially when it comes to making chords, don't be too experimental, because if you get too experimental and too like untraditional, it's most likely just gonna sound off. And if chords sound off, the whole track is kind of ruined. So yeah, definitely take it easy with the chords. So yeah, let's just start with a basic bass line first. So let me just play around with the notes. So let's just start with an A sharp down here. Maybe let's put an octave down. So for instance, one common bass line is this one. Dun, dun, dun. This one, for example. So this will already sound very familiar. Let me play this one to you. So maybe like what we can do is maybe let's change this last one to make it a bit more emotional. What you can do is you could also make this one even lower. This will give it a bit more of an emotional character and a bit more of a dark ending on that F at the end. And what we can do now is just copy and paste these, put them here so that we have a chord progression or a bass line going over 8 bars. Yeah, like that. And maybe we can put the last one now back up again like we had this one before. So just create some variation, you know, because if you always, like if you just pick 4 notes, it's easy and it works. So before, don't go too experimental. But what you can do is, for example, changing up maybe the last chord, like in the 8th bar that you have, or maybe the 7th and the 8th chord, changing these up a little bit. But again, like don't get too experimental with the chords. So next up, what I usually do is I just copy and paste these when I have those 8 bars of my bass line, and I just put them an octave up. So we basically already have like 2 notes on each chord. Already gives it a bit of a fuller sound. Then usually do is I again paste my bass line between the 2 notes. And usually it's sitting like right between each note. So for instance, with these notes or with the A sharp, it's the F. And then automatically all the other notes will be correct as well. And this already gives a very powerful tone. And now let's again just paste our bass line in here. And now let's add some more notes on top. So what I then usually do is, we could actually, again, put the bass notes maybe up here. Well, let's, you know what, let's actually put the F here as well. So it does already sound pretty good right now, very powerful, I would say. However, it still sounds pretty standard, pretty, yeah, also like kind of boring. Like it's not too interesting right now. And that's because now obviously we only have the same 2 notes playing on different octaves. So a full actual chord always consists of at least 3 notes. So we have to add in at least 1 more note that's different from our other two notes that we have on each chord. So finding that emotional note, it's kind of hard to say, or it's hard to give you a method or something, but you just have to you will already realize if the note sounds emotional according to your other notes that you have. For example, the C sharp, that one sounds very emotional on all of other notes that we have right here. So you can literally play this on each chord that we have. So let me just paste that or click that C sharp on each chord right here. Already has a very emotional character, I would say. So what we could do now is we could maybe adjust that one and that one to just make it a bit more interesting, because right now we obviously only have that C sharp playing. So maybe we could put that one semitone down to the C, and then maybe the last one up by 2 semitones. It sounds way more harmonic and beautiful in my opinion. So now let's fill up maybe this area a bit, because there's not too much going on here. So between the C sharp and like the F, C sharp, G sharp here, and C. So let's put in the bass notes once again. And maybe we can find like one more harmonic note in between all of those that I just kind of mentioned. So we have the root note, which is an A sharp again. Maybe we could try to put an A sharp here as well. So here now we need to be careful because we had 2 notes like on top of each other here. Maybe let's put that one down. Where's the double note? Or is it already in here? Two, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Put that one. So now I think we have a really interesting emotional sounding chord progression with 6 notes. Consists of 6 notes, and I think that sounds pretty interesting. We could still go in and get even more like detailed with the chords, but I think that's a pretty solid like starting point that we have here that you could use for an emotional progressive house track or like any other type of song. So yeah, that's it with this video. So I hope you liked this little chord progression tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't, and I hope to see you in the next Ofive video. Bye.